In this video, I will continue on from where I left off. So I have finished off the adjusting, make sure the laces go over the sides. So now we should have the laces should clear the sides, these side straps here, as well as the tongue, and they look to be the case there. I will go ahead and put the back, so we're all cleared on all items. So one thing I do want to do is I would like to take these this here. I'm just going to tuck that right inside. So with my elbow poly, make sure I'm going to first start off by just I'm going to delete these two, and then I'm going to go to my border selection. And what you can do with your border selection is you can hold shift and just drag out your move tool, and we're just going to kind of finesse this into to just tuck with it kind of into the tongue, right, or into the side. So I'm going to bring it down a bit. So something kind of like that, and I'm gonna make this a little bit, a little bit thicker. So yeah. So one thing we can do too, if this looks like kind of like too sharp of an angle, we can chamfer that just a little bit. We're gonna do a small chamfer right about there. So now it has this kind of now it has this illusion of looping in and kind of tying off. So same thing over here. We're going to select that border, rotate a bit, and just kind of finesse that into that corner. So I'm going to select this, rotate a little bit. Oops, not quite that direction. Okay. So this might take a little bit of kind of a little bit of give and take as far as finding that happy medium. Okay, I'm going to select these. I'm going to chamfer those out a bit so we have that. The lace will again curve right into the shoe. So if I'm happy with that, I can select that down. Okay. So now we've come to the point where I think the laces are just about ready. So what we do here is the open sub div. Now we can just kind of look over it, make sure everything looks as we would like, and it seems to be doing the trick for us. These nice swoopy shapes. Okay, and then I also recommend before you okay it, go ahead and turn on all your shoe and just make sure you like how it looks. So here's the full shoe. I do notice a few small things. I noticed that this is kind of touching this here. Now you can make that adjustment by just simply going back to my lace layer, going down to elbow poly, to my edge selection. I'm just going to push this in a bit to prevent that, and there you go. And the same thing over here. Select this edge, push in just a hair. Okay. So now if I go back to my open sub div, that should not be an issue anymore. It now is tucked underneath that flap right there. So yeah, I think that now we're to the point where we can do a few other small touches. And also another thing to keep in mind is you can adjust how smooth this is. For now, we're just going to keep, because these laces, due to the nature of their shape, they're going to gobble up a lot of polygon resources. So we'll leave them as they are, and if we want to, we can smooth them up even more later on down the road. So the next, and so now with this, I'm happy with these, so I'm going to convert them to Evo Poly. And like I said before, this are going to gobble up a lot of resources. So these laces, the laces themselves are about 2,000 polygons, which is quite a bit. And if you do want to lighten that a little bit, you can take this whole entire middle loop and then just delete that, and it'll make the laces more flat, and also by doing that it will drop down about 500 polygons. Now we're about 1,500 versus the 20 or the 2,000 we were at. So and I'll let you determine if the other ones are necessary, some of the other edge loops. I kind of think it gives a nice soft feel, so I like them. But then another thing you can do is make sure your smoothing groups are assigned so it has this smooth look. But so next, you can, if you're happy with how it looks like this, with the laces kind of punching through, and then when it comes to texturing, you can texture in the eye holes. That's one way of doing it, and that might be the way to go in this case, especially considering, if there's going to be a hero asset, something that's seen up real close, then maybe you might want to actually model in the eye holes. But if it's something that's going to be seen from, a little further away, definitely would not recommend eye holes. So the nice thing is I already have a lot of these eye holes made up. If I do choose, since we did use them for the lace references, and in this case though, I think I'm probably just going to do without, just because I don't think it's necessary in this situation. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. And then I think in the for this chapter we're basically now to the point where we are complete or done with the initial modeling phase. There may be some portion of the shoe maybe you might want to go through and model in some high poly reference points, such as you did with the tread of the shoe. It might not be. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to in the next upcoming videos I'm going to start to unwrap this model, and then prepare it for the texturing, and then I'll do a brief texturing tutorial. We're going to go through Substance Painter and probably a little bit of Photoshop, or my preference, Illustrator, to get these logos and the textures all locked in exactly how we like. So that'll be in the future videos.